I'm reviewing New York City Department of Buildings Building Code 2014, Chapter 33, Safeguards During Construction or Demolition, and I left off in the middle of this section, so I'm going to review from this particular section from the top. 3303.8.1, Air Pressurized Alarm System for Dry Standpipe Systems during construction or demolition. So we reviewed these sections. I got Section 1, full demolition, Section 2, new construction, alteration, and partial demolition, Section 3, submission of an application, Section 4, specifications, and then you have the two subsections. Section 3, air compressor, Section 4, alarm, Section 5, power supply, Section 6, check valves, Section 7, locks and caps, Section 8, fire department connections, Section 9, drainage, Section 10, manual air release connection, Section 11, construction documents, Section 12, signage, Section 13, pressure gauges. And we left off with this Section 5, planned removal from service of standpipe system and standpipe air pressurized system. Whenever the standpipe system is to be placed out of service for the addition of a new section to the system, removal of an existing section as demolition operations progress or other planned event, the standpipe shall be temporarily deactivated and subject to compliance with New York City Fire Code. Where the site safety manager or coordinator is required by this law code, all alarms, activations, inspections, and repairs shall be logged into the book and maintained by such site safety manager or coordinator. If the standpipe is not returned to a state of readiness and the alarm reactivated within 2 hours of such planned removal from service, all construction or demolition work at the site shall cease unless otherwise approved by the fire department. Moving on to 3303.8.2, free from obstruction. Fire department hose connections shall be kept free from obstruction and shall be marked by a metal sign reading standpipe connection and by a red light at night. I don't know why I don't have that highlighted. 3303.8.3, use of standpipes for a purpose other than supplying water for firefighters. Standpipes may be used for a purpose other than to supply water for firefighting operations, including but not limited to supplying water or compressed air for construction or demolition operations, subject to the approval of the fire department and provided at least one standpipe riser is maintained at all times for firefighting operations. Where the standpipe is used to supply water for construction or demolition operations and freezing conditions may occur, the standpipe shall be completely drained after use to prevent freezing. 3303.9, elements to be maintained in existing buildings. Required means of egress, existing structural elements, fire protection devices, and sanitary safeguards shall be maintained at all times during construction or demolition operation in existing buildings. Required means of egress shall not be obstructed in any manner that would destroy the full effectiveness of such means of egress. One section. Fire protection systems, including but not limited to sprinklers, standpipes, and fire alarms, shall only be taken out of service in accordance with the requirements of New York City Fire Code. 3303.12.2, floors closed to the public. All floors closed to the public in a new or existing building undergoing construction or demo work shall be served by at least either 1, An elevator meeting the requirements of Chapter 30, which shall be kept in readiness at all times for fire department use, or 2, a hoist meeting the requirements of 3318, which shall be available at all times for fire department use. An exception, an elevator hoist is not required during the course of construction or demolition for 1, a building does not require permanent elevator. 2, floors are located within a vertical distance of 7 stories or 75 feet or less from the working deck. Moving on to the last section of 3303, 3303.16, contractor sheds and offices. Contractor sheds and offices located within 30 feet of new construction existing. I just realized this is shifted. Picture retake. Contractor sheds and offices located within 30 feet of new construction existing buildings or another contractor shed or office shall be made of metal or other non-combustible material. Exception. Contractor sheds and offices located within a building and protected from weather may use fire retardant treated wood, provided the shed does not exceed 1 story in height and 120 square feet in area and is at least 30 feet from another shed. I shall continue with 3304 in the next video. Stay tuned.